With all of the insanity that's coming out of the Trump administration right now, whether it be him sending the military into Washington, D.C. to clamp down on crime that doesn't exist, or trying to rig the 2026 elections by getting Republican governors to redraw maps to essentially guarantee himself a victory, it's clear to you, me, and everybody in the Democratic Party that we need fighters. We need people who are willing to punch Donald Trump back in every facet of the insanity that's going on. And I argue, and I believe, and I think you would too at home, that Gavin Newsom is one of those people. He is not letting Donald Trump get away with anything. So I want to show you a couple of clips, a couple of tweets that Gavin Newsom has put out today and in the past couple of days, going directly at Donald Trump, putting him in his place and doing so successfully. Donald Trump has not been able to hit back at Gavin Newsom through all of this. And I want to start here with a video that Gavin Newsom personally addressed to Donald Trump that he posted this morning regarding Donald Trump's attempts to rig the 2026 elections. Just take a look. I love this video. It's fantastic.
Hey, President Trump, it's time to stand down. It's time to make another phone call to Greg Abbott. This time, instead of calling him and telling him you're quote unquote entitled to 5 congressional seats, it's time to tell him to stand down. It's time to recognize that democracy is at risk. It's time to, dare I say, do the right thing. Actually see how that feels for you, doing the right thing. If you don't, California will neutralize anything you do in the state of Texas. California will continue to punch above its weight. We believe in democracy. We believe in the enduring values of our founding fathers. 249 years. We're not going to sit back passively. We're not going to sit back and watch you light democracy on fire. We will fight fire with fire.
I love that, especially the line at the end. We will fight fire with fire. For too long, especially with Donald Trump, Democrats have brought a pencil to a knife fight. We've been trying to combat Donald Trump in the moral way. Take the high ground. Don't stoop to his level. Don't do anything like that. Now Gavin is taking a different approach and saying, hey, let's not put ourselves at the disadvantage. Let's fight fire with fire. Let's bring the knife to the knife fight. And that's what he's doing here. If Texas tries to rig the elections to help Donald Trump because his agenda is so unpopular, his presidency sucks, his approval rating is in the toilet, then Gavin Newsom, and not just him, other Democratic governors will act. We cannot let Donald Trump get away with this. It is an affront to democracy. It is trying to scam the American people into his agenda when nobody wants that. The majority of people right now, poll after poll, shows that people are unhappy with what Donald Trump is doing, and he's trying to say, too bad, so sad, suck it up. That's not American democracy. It's not what we do here. And also, included with this video, Gavin Newsom sent a letter to Donald Trump that he also posted on social media. He directed it to him at 1600 Pennsylvania Ave, and the Governor Newsom press office account said that the governor sent this letter to Donald Trump. And let's take a quick read of it. It's pretty stern, and I love it. Dear Mr. President, I am writing you to ask you to call on the governor of Texas and, of course, other red states who are trying to do the same, who are acting on your request to draw new congressional maps through an unprecedented mid-decade hyper-partisan gerrymander to rig the upcoming midterm elections to stop these efforts. You are playing with fire, risking the destabilization of our democracy while knowing that California can neutralize any gains you hope to make. This attempt to rig congressional maps to hold on to power before a single vote is cast in the 2026 election is an affront to American democracy. This is not what the founders envisioned, and California cannot stand by idly as this power grab unfolds. I do not do this lightly, as I believe legislative district maps should be drawn by independent, citizen-led efforts, as we have done in California for the last 2 decades. If you will not stand down, I will be forced to lead an effort to redraw the maps in California to offset the rigging of maps in red states. But if the other states call off their redistricting efforts, we will happily do the same, and American democracy will be better for it. Absolutely right. And I agree with that approach from Gavin Newsom. I think that if the Republican governors call this off, they stop this unprecedented power grab, then I have no problem with Governor Newsom and other Democratic governors saying, you know what, we're not going to do that. Because nobody wants to be in this situation. We should not be in this situation. Republican governors are forcing America into this situation. And Newsom's not just stopping here. He's not just posting a video and writing a letter. His entire social media page is dedicated to basically slamming Donald Trump. And a lot of these posts are going going incredibly viral. I want to show you some tweets from the Governor Newsom press office account to show you just how hard they're going at Donald Trump. For example, this one on your screen. Even Fox News can't hide it, including a screenshot from Fox News that says immigration crackdown causing farm labor shortage, I should say. Stephen Miller, known for being an evil little man, and his mass deportation agenda is wiping out the workers who feed America. How about this one? In response to an Axios article saying, just in, US-China extend tariff pause another 90 days. And they responded with a photo of Donald Trump that you've probably seen before with his taco bowl saying, today's White House menu, taco salad. It's so good. Or this one, after Donald Trump announced that he's sending the military into Washington, D.C., and the Homeland Security account on Twitter said, we can return. View from the Hotel Continental, Washington, D.C., 1945. And they said, returning to 1945? Yeah, we'll pass on that. And that is a really grim tweet from the Department of Homeland Security, suggesting that the United States go back to what we were like in the 1940s when segregation was very much alive, racism was very much alive, just very, very gross policy positions that were taking place. And they were like happily wanting to go back to that point as well. And there's more here as well. Like, for example, in response to the story surrounding Pete Hegseth with him putting a video out saying women shouldn't vote, they responded by saying MAGA equals misogynist against girls' advancement. So much here going on from the Gavin Newsom press office account. You really should take a look at it if you get a chance. And another thing they did today, which I especially like and especially appreciate, is that, this letter that Newsom sent that you see here, there's a lot of words. There's a lot of big words in there that Donald Trump might not be able to read. He might not be able to comprehend. So the Newsom press office account was nice enough to put it in a way that Donald Trump may be able to grasp, saying, Donald Trump, it's just really good. In all caps, Donald Trump has 24 hours left to respond to Governor Newsom's letter. If he does not stand down, there will be a very important press conference this week with a major announcement. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Of course, using Donald Trump's sign off that he puts in all of his statements. Thank you for your attention to this matter. It seems like, especially with the all caps and, the smaller words that for Donald Trump, he might be able to understand this one. And it was really nice of Newsom's office to put it in a way that Donald Trump would be able to understand. Very considerate on their end. So look, there's so much more, even coming from Gavin Newsom's own Twitter account, saying, regarding the DC deployment, he was just getting warmed up in LA. He will gaslight his way into militarizing any city he wants in America. This is what dictators do. He responded to Greg Abbott saying you can't even keep your own legislators in town. Like, I just had to show you some of these tweets, these posts that Gavin Newsom is letting fly about Donald Trump. I'm loving every single moment of it, and I hope he continues. I hope he continues to hold Donald Trump to the fire, and I'm sure he will. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I had to show you some of these posts. They're just too good for me not to share with you. I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Down below, it goes an incredibly long way. Drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about these stories. Let me know what you think about Gavin Newsom as well. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. But aside from that, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.